Good evening. I'm Dr. Adam Smith.
And I'm Dr. Woody Smelser.
Tonight we are going to analyze the film Confederate States of America.
Our purpose is to analyze ways in which the film both breaks down and reinforces common stereotypes in American history. I applaud Confederate States of America for its challenge to many American historical stereotypes. However, in its humorous approach, the film may in fact fuel the proliferation of more of these misconceptions. Though the film is a mockumentary, it plays into many racist ideologies with its humorous portrayal of different groups, and a casual or historically ignorant viewer may miss the satiric point. Just as Dave Chappelle's brilliant portrayal of the absurdity of many stereotypes has become fuel for many racists, Confederate States of America risks doing the same thing. Many might not separate the humor from the satire. For example, in terms of race, African American slaves in the film are portrayed as weak, passive, and ignorant, never as cunning, resistant, or resilient. Thus, they are dehumanized and dumbed down, just as most racists wish to see. Though this may be an attempt at humor, it reinforces many false perceptions about slavery and undermines African American suffering and trauma under this terrible system. Slavery is not a joke, but the film's over-reliance on portraying it as humorous seems self-defeating. Instead, the film portrays slavery as a semi-benevolent relationship between a master and ignorant subjects. The film thus avoids a true and outright illustration of slavery's evils and instead relies on a viewer already believing that slavery is wrong, an assumption that should not be taken for granted even in this day and age. Also, in terms of class and region, the film contradicts itself in who is ultimately responsible for the acts of racism and discrimination. I understand that the film is predicated on a Southern victory in the Civil War. However, the Reconstruction portion of the film clearly states that when faced with taxation or the purchase of slaves, Northerners purchased slaves. This is similar to true events in real American history. When faced with, quote, encroaching minorities into their suburbs, many whites, regardless of region, sell their property and move. This classism exists even today. However, the remainder of the film focuses the evils of slavery, racism, and discrimination solely on Southerners, despite the film's earlier statement that Northern whites became slaveholders too. In doing this, one must question whether the filmmakers wish to portray discrimination and racism as strictly Southern characteristic. Such an